Welcome back, everyone, to our series, Girls with Crowns, sponsored by Black Girl Magic Museum and HBCU Fan-Addict. This week, we take you down to the boot for a little blue and gold magic. I'm Dr. Tuesday Mahoney. Let's check out Queen Jessica Thomas.
Tonight, welcome. We're so excited to have you. Our fourth episode of Girls with Crowns.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing. So we are simply showing homage to our HBCUs through the coveted title of Queen. These are the goodwill ambassadors of historically Black colleges and universities that we're speaking with this series. And of course, we're coming every Thursday night. We've changed it a little bit to 6:30 to give everybody time because we've been getting so many rave reviews about wanting to catch us. So 6:30 now, every Thursday night, we'll have a different HBCU queen. So yes, we have an amazing queen tonight. I'm very excited about this particular queen for a reason. So welcome to Girls with Crowns.
Jen, she's so funny. She said, your hair is on fleek, Dr. Tuesday.
Okay. I appreciate that so much. Yes, you all leave your comments. We like that. Once again, Girls with Crowns is provided to you by none other than Black Girl Magic, which has gone live with these excellent experiences. I hope you've enjoyed the entire week with Black Girl Magic. I don't want to say Dominique. Yes, I have.
Yes. Hi, Jessica.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Excellent. We're going to go ahead and kick off. I was just talking about how Black Girl Magic Museum experiences have gone live here on IG. And so, Dominique, you've done a phenomenal job, I think, this past week and prior with some great episodes and, tributes to specific areas. Could you kick us off a little bit with what you're doing, the shows that you have coming out live here and the experiences before Black Girl Magic Museum?
Absolutely. So we just been really wanting to highlight, Black-owned businesses and then also just highlighting HBCUs in the community. And so that's what we've just been intentional, not even just for Black History Month, just moving forward, highlighting Black excellence in our community at all times. And that goes into Black Girl Magic Museum. That's what we want it to be, is where we highlight excellence. Black women, past and in the present, just like with Miss Jessica on the call. That's why we knew it was important, because we have so much Black excellence a lot of times that is looked over, that people don't even realize that's right in your community. And that's the whole purpose of Black Girl Magic Museum, to be able to highlight our hidden figures, our jewels and our gems in our community that is making an impact. And sometimes people don't, they don't know.
Yes, thank you so much. So once again, Girls with Crowns is a Black Girl Magic Museum featured event and experience that we're doing with HBCU Queens. I'm Dr. Tuesday Mahoney, and by the way, that's Dominique Hamilton, the founder of Black Girl Magic Museum. For those who don't know, I'm Dr. Tuesday Mahoney. I'm a college administrator, and I am the founder of HBCU Fan-Addict. And our whole, Dominique, adjust that beautiful background. That's okay.
My
we love it in any way. Miss Yvette did a great job. And so HBCU Fan-Addict is simply a platform that really wants to promote the history, the culture, and of course the academics of HBCUs. And so we really are really excited about moving forward the next couple of Thursdays once again. Tonight, I told you I was a college administrator, but tonight we're touching a little bit of that blue and gold here with our special guest, none other than Jessica Thomas, who is Miss Southern University, New Orleans. Woo! Getting ready. Woo! Yes.
So excited. And guys, if y'all have any questions, drop them in the comment section and we will definitely answer them as they come in.
So if Queen Jessica doesn't mind, I'd like to share a little about the Southern University system before she kicks off. And so for those who don't know, I do work for and serve the Southern University system. But I love all HBCUs, but that Southern University, I mean, I'm telling you, Miss Jessica. And so Southern began as a system. It's the only system in the world, basically. It began its dream 136 years ago. And today it is a living legacy of determination, commitment, and success. Once again, the Southern University and A&M college system is the only historically Black college university system in the country. And so the Southern University system has a diverse enrollment of more than 12,000 students. Woo, woo.
Wow.
With locations located in Louisiana's capital, the city of Baton Rouge. So that's Southern University, A&M, Baton Rouge. Of course, none other than the Crescent City, Southern University New Orleans campus, and then Southern University in Shreveport, Louisiana. Woo, woo. We also have the Southern University Law Center and, of course, the Southern University Agricultural and Research Center located also in Baton Rouge. And so we're so excited that this SU system appeals to students who are seeking undergrad, graduate, and professional degrees. And so 5 universities, 5 HBCUs under one umbrella. How amazing. And tonight, once again, we're excited to invite Southern University New Orleans in with our beautiful queen, Miss Jessica Thomas. Miss Jessica, how are you once again tonight?
I'm fine. Thank you guys for having me on tonight. It's really an honor and a privilege.
We're so excited to have you, and we want to say, like we always do, you look absolutely gorgeous. Girls with crowns. Girls with crowns.
Yes, you look amazing.
Yeah.
So Jessica, before we even get started, we want to just, I hope I'm not jumping ahead. We want to just talk to you about, like, I know everything that transpired in the past week, for you being, you know, a girl with crown, Miss Suno. How are you feeling? How are you holding up? How does it feel for you to wear this crown, to hold this crown, to be in the spotlight for, I also read that you're from New Orleans. So it's not even just your school, but you're going to school in your city. How is that for you?
It's really a great thing because when I first graduated, I originally wasn't going to stay in New Orleans. I was going to go to Monroe to go to school out there. So to be able to stay home and to actually be a campus queen, to represent my city, to represent my family, and also the students, and also be a person that they can relate to because I'm from here as well. And I'm not just someone that's pushing change and I don't know the background or the history, but I'm someone pushing change because I know how far we can go.
Wow.
Awesome.
And so, Miss Queen Jessica, can I ask if are you able to switch your background just a little bit? The light above you is taken away.
This is my computer.
Okay, well, right there is fine. If you kind of pivot a little bit, that would be great. We want to see your full effect. We want to see the beautiful. Cause that's perfect. If you can do that, that's perfect. If that's not too hard for you, thank you so much. Now we see Miss Southern University New Orleans up close and personal. So, Miss Queen Jessica, can you please tell us a little bit about Southern University New Orleans? We want to know what's going on down there as far as the academics and the experience. So let's talk HBCU.
Actually, at SUNO, we are starting our nursing program in the fall. And that was a big thing for us, especially nursing is an attractive program. So with that, we hope that enrollment increases. And also at our school, we have a lot of students who are STEM majors and social work majors and education majors. So at SUNO, it's like we're a big family full of different things. It's not like one major is pointed out and, oh, that's what we're focusing on, that's where the money goes. But it's distributed evenly because we have so many people that's interested in what's going on. And actually this past week, like you mentioned earlier, we are in the Southern system, and we are right now transitioning from having a new chancellor for BR and also president of the system. So my court and I, we had the honor of sitting in the town hall meetings and ask the potential candidates questions and to figure out and how they plan to impact not just SUBR, but also the system and what they can change and what they can give to us.
So that's a great point. And of course, I'm very familiar with that, being a part of the SU system. And of course, we wish the best candidate the best. What were some of your questions, or maybe if you can address like your major concern that you would like to see for your HBCU that may affect all HBCUs from a student standpoint, what would you change if you were president, chancellor of Southern University system?
Actually, what I would change, with the donations that's given, we know that we have 5 campuses in our system, but I think that we should start reaching out to the campuses that may seem like underdogs. Like with Susla and Shreveport and Suno, we do need the fiscal help. We need the financial support. So I would give not just to have money so people can get what they want, but what we actually need down here to keep us sustained and to keep us going, because Suno is a pivotal part of the community. So if Suno was to close down, or if it was not to be here, there will be a lot of people who wouldn't go to college because it's right at home and it's easier to get here. It's a little cheaper than people can afford than going to SUBR or maybe going to Talladega. So right here, it's better for them.
I like what you said about that, giving back to the underdog. And so Southern University, New Orleans, which we refer to as SUNO, actually has experienced multiple national disasters, Hurricane Katrina starting and on, and the entire campus was wiped out.
Yeah.
And so I know back then students had to stay in hotels when they were able to return. How has the campus bounced back, and what effects do you see aside from funding? It happened through that transition now on the campus.
I would say not only does hurricanes affect us, but like also with Ida, that was a huge thing for us because it affected our campus and our students. Because most of us, like, we still had class, but then we also had to stop classes. And we had to think about the return of getting back into class. And then enrollment dropped because people couldn't handle the. I'm sorry.
No,
okay.
You live on a campus, so we know how that goes.
We definitely know. So Dominique, while she is checking that out, I wanted to talk a little bit about what we're experiencing with HBCUs right now, the bomb threats. And, you know, I know you're all about, you have several exhibits that talk about the empowerment and Black families and individuals and groups uniting as one. So could you talk a little bit about what the exhibit actually hold as far as empowerment is concerned? Absolutely. And then Ms. Jessica, flip yourself because you're sideways. Go ahead, Dominique.
So absolutely. So one of our exhibits in particular, as you were saying before, we're going to have an HBCU exhibit where we're highlighting Black colleges and just Black women in different schools and the impact of just being, you know, what HBCUs need, how they have been in our communities from the very start, why they were started, because we weren't able to go to other schools. And so we had to create our own systems for ourselves. And so that's why I think it's very important to highlight, you know, what is inside of our community and how can we pour into our community, because a lot of times of the Black community as a whole is kind of looked over. You know, even when it comes to funding, our schools should be receiving so much more money than we already receive, so we wouldn't have to divvy it out. We should, you know, when you talk about Harvard and Yale, they have huge funds to go towards their kids, and our kids, they need a fighting chance, and sometimes we are already starting at a deficit. And we want to highlight that and also see how we can empower our youth and our girls at our HBCUs, not just from the conversation, but going forward after this.
Yes, absolutely. So Queen Jessica, once again, we're interviewing Miss Southern University, New Orleans. You know, I'm so tempted, Queen Jessica, to say Jags, but you all are not Jags. So can you tell me what you are? I don't think the world knows.
We're Knights.
Nice.
Yes, I saw that in your bio, because you said, are you still the captain of the cheer team? Are you?
No, ma'am. Actually, we had to suspend our athletics program for funding, and we're getting it back this fall. But for now, no, we don't have a cheer team, but we will have it back in the fall.
Yes, definitely. You know, Southern University, New Orleans, like I say, they've been through a lot of adversity and transition through all of the national disasters that had faced the city of New Orleans. But we have something called resilience,
Yes.
which plays a major part. And I know this beautiful queen that sits before us definitely serves as an example of resilience, being the goodwill ambassador. Let's dig into the heart of who we're talking to today, Queen Jessica Thomas. Queen Jessica, you grew up in New Orleans and you stayed to continue your education. And not only did you stay, you became an example of excellence by becoming the queen of that campus right there in your community. So talk to me a little bit about, and Dominique, a little bit about your childhood and where you saw yourself as a little girl in the areas of needing a little empowerment or growth. And then how did that lead you to becoming queen? And why did you decide to become queen?
Okay. So I grew up in the Ninth Ward. I'm not sure if
Ninth Ward.
yes, ma'am. And once Hurricane Katrina hit, my family and I, we moved to Elgin, Texas for a year, and then we moved to Blythe, California for a year, and then we came back home because my grandfather passed away. And once my grandfather passed away in 2007, my grandfather was a pastor, and he was actually a bishop. So
wow.
My dad became the pastor of my grandfather's church, not because it was inherited to him, but because one of the other bishops appointed my dad. So now we had to stay back home, and
legacy.
So I grew up in the church, like heavily involved in the church, 5 days a week in my church. Like that's how much I was in the church. And also, we went to school in Slidell because my parents said it was a better school system, and we were able to get a better education, especially since Hurricane Katrina kind of devastated our community. So it's like it wasn't a place for us to learn, and they didn't think that we would grow there. So we went to school in Slidell and everything, and then from Slidell is where I was going to go to different schools because I was offered 4 different academic scholarships and 1 athletic scholarship. So I did choose to go to Monroe, but my mom was actually coming to SUNO at the time, and 2 of my sisters enrolled at SUNO. So they came to orientation, and the director of admissions, he was like, "Oh, I can offer your daughter something better. She'd want to stay home." And my sister was like, "Oh, my sister don't want to stay home." So he was like, "Well, let me talk to her." So we talked a little bit, and he talked about the plan of the scholarship he wanted to give me. And my dad was like, "Just pray on it and see if this is where you want to go, or just see if you just stick with what you're doing." So I did eventually end up switching to come to SUNO, and I'm glad I did come here. And when you say why did I want to become the queen, it's funny because my RA my freshman year, she was actually serving as Miss SUNO, and I saw her, and she was a great example of who to be, and she was someone I inspired to be like. So as the years went on, I knew I wanted to be Miss SUNO, but it wasn't like the main focus. And I did get involved in SGA. I was a senator. I was a junior class treasurer. Of course, I was on a cheer team. I've been an RA for the past 4 years. So I did get involved in school, and just me getting involved, it helped me to gain a passion for wanting better for our students and seeing things from the back and knowing that everyone doesn't know what goes on in the background. So once it was time to campaign, I knew what I was campaigning for and who I was campaigning for, and it wasn't just for myself, and it wasn't just to wear a crown, and it wasn't just to look pretty and take pictures, but it was to actually make a change and to help the students out.
Right.
I love that. I love that. And then you're talking about Slidell. You're bringing me home a little bit. So I'm originally from Gulfport, Mississippi. So,
Okay.
so I also moved when Hurricane Katrina hit because we were impacted also. But I moved to Georgia. So as you were speaking, I was like, oh, I definitely relate, but so long ago. But so New Orleans, Louisiana, Mississippi is always near and dear to my heart. So stay tuned for some type of locations.
Yeah, so both of you ladies, let's kind of shift it a little bit as you're talking about being dislocated and having to start over. You know, there are a lot of young ladies out there and young girls who are in situations where they're just not able to fit in where they are. They have moved around, or they could never attach to a certain friend group or have support. So they are sitting in their rooms alone in their own head. What advice would you give to a young girl or a woman who's struggling right now with loneliness and separation? Because you two have actually overcome a lot, whether you know it or not, just with the shift that was there. So how do we deal with that separation and loneliness as women?
Do you want to go first or you want me to?
Yep.
I can give it to the queen first. I can give it to the queen first.
Okay, what advice I would have to give? It's not just about, oh, go talk to someone, because it's not as easy to talk to someone as everyone makes it seem. Because sometimes people are embarrassed of what they're going through. They don't think anyone else can relate. They don't know how to put it into words. So I would just say that change has to come within, because because you may want to, it's a little hard to just try to come around someone and try to tell them what's going on with you. And just, I would say, if you are a part of something, find that one person that you feel like you can lean on and depend on. And usually that one person can relate to you, and that one person can really pull you out. And that one person is a person that makes everything seem like it's worth living for, and to help you look into yourself.
So Queen Jessica, who would that person be for you?
I would have to say my dad.
And can you shout out your dad in the church and your granddad? Could you shout them out so we'll know who they are? And you may have those on that want to find out more about that amazing experience that your father offers with the community.
The name of my church is Philippi Evangelistic Church of God in Christ. We are a Kojic church. My dad's name is Willie Lee Thomas, and my grandfather's name was George Albert Jr. And our church is located in the Ninth Ward. So,
wow, y'all went to back home.
Yes, legacy is so important. And also, a lot of us, we like to leave our communities because we don't see better in our community. And I just really want to applaud you for staying in your community and building up your community. Because if we want to see better, especially as Black people, we have to sometimes take control of our situation in our communities. And that's one of the things that I love that you're saying, because if we want to see a better, Black community, especially, we have to take the initiative and pour into our community and have leaders in our community. Because if all the leaders leave, what do we have? So I just really commend you for that. And everyone that's on the live, if, No Just Guy can applaud you guys for just pouring into her and being those leaders in New Orleans.
Absolutely. And so, Ms. Dominique, we're going to go back to that loneliness and separation question that we had. I'd like to hear from you. I know we just recently lost one of our world famous queens to suicide. And so, that we wanted to kind of, since she was a girl with a crown, since we're on this series, I just did not want us to not forget to show our respects and then just talk about what women and girls can do if you feel possibly the way that beautiful queen felt in that moment when we lost her.
I would definitely say transparency and being authentic. We live in a world now that tells, you can't tell, somebody, what's going on. You got to make sure everything looks like you're okay. You got to always be smiling. Everything is just okay. And even, and no judgment to anyone, but I saw in the same breath people posting about, rest in peace, come forward if you're having problems. But then I saw the hustle mentality. Let's hustle. Let's get to the bag. Let's secure the funds. Let's do this. Let's do that. But sometimes securing the fund is securing your mental health and knowing that, it's okay if someone is doing something that's in your arena and right now you have to secure your mental health. It's okay to do that. It's okay to take a mental health break. And I think so many of us are told that it's not okay, and to be ashamed when life don't go as planned, and to know that, for so many of us, if we're being transparent, life doesn't go as planned. But the thing is, especially about the Black community and the resilience of Black women, we know how to pull ourselves up and, make it happen, and being able to reach out to our community to say, hey, I need help. Hey, if you cannot support me, because sometimes some people are not in the mental capacity to support you, do you have resources to be able to support me? And being okay with saying, I'm not okay.
Yes. And so, that's just, if we can, just a brief moment of silence. That was Miss USA 2019, Chelsea Christ, that we lost. And so we just want just a quick moment, since we are showing homage to girls with crowns. All right. And Our prayers are with that family, of course, and with the nation. All right, we're tonight live with Miss Southern University, New Orleans. Woo, woo, woo. Yes, in the bayou, in the bayou. So if you've never been to New Orleans, you're missing out. You're totally missing out. It's an amazing place. It's a culturally enhanced experience. And so going to college in New Orleans and actually living in New Orleans, born and raised in New Orleans, that is what our queen is experiencing. And we're so excited once again that she is the leader and the Goodwill Ambassador for Southern University New Orleans and the Southern University system. So Queen Jessica, we're going to hit you with the real. So I know that you are very engaged as you talked about it. You know, I wore something special for you, you know. Yes, you are our very first queen that is actually one of my sisters, member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So shout outs to all of our beautiful sisters, our sorors. And so we're so excited that you are a member and you are representing all that our sisterhood stands for today. Can you talk to us a little bit about how important it is to be socially engaged and to have a sisterhood or any organization, just to have a body of individuals that you can embrace to serve the community? So tell us about your experience as a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority as a college student.
I joined AKA Spring 21, so April 18th, that was my initiation day, and that was one of the best days for me. Like, it was for me and for my line sisters. Like, it was full of tears. Like, we were all crying. It was like something we finally accomplished. But then also, there's work to do. So right afterwards, I was appointed president of the chapter. So we did have to put on events. It was like, then we pushed out a fall line. So it's not just about looking pretty and being there. It's actually a sisterhood. It's actually work. And I was raised doing community service around my church. So community service wasn't something that was hard to do. It was just the fact that we're virtual now. So pushing out the events and everything is online. And that was hard because it's hard to engage people when it's virtual instead of in person. So that's one thing. But the sisterhood is everything to me. Like, my line sisters,
everything. That's what I say.
I love them. And I always say, AKA gave me you, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And it just so happened that one of my line sisters, she's my Miss Junior, and we were on the cheer team together before we got our letters. So it was like there was a bond already there. So it just shows, like, to the rest of the girls on my court that sisterhood is really real, because this is somebody who's special to me, not just because she's my soror, but because she's actually my sister, and I love her, and I know she'd do anything for me, and that's just how it is with us. And I can't express how much how important it is to get involved no matter what. Like, even with cheer, we had our cheer sisters. I played soccer growing up, and that's also a group of women who I grew up around and depended on. And yeah, I don't know how much more I can say.
I mean, when you said Alpha Kappa Alpha, so I got you. So we are the first Black Greek letter organization for women and in the country, and founded in 1908, of course. And so we're really, really excited about leading the way and being a trailblazer for other Black Greek letter organizations who support women in membership. And so for HBCUs, and the reason why I bring out sororities, and also we'll hit fraternities at a certain point, but we are a very instrumental part of historically Black colleges and universities. So our foundation at Howard University, you know, most of us at Howard University started, you know, at the HBCU. And so it is a part of that culture. It's a part of that life. And, you know, we're all about the culture and the life of historically Black colleges through HBCU Fan-Addict. And so, Miss Jessica, let's roll into Dominique's favorite topic. And, you know, we got to hit that entrepreneurship. We got to see what you're all about and what you're ready to give the world. So tell us a little bit about your major and then what you plan to do career-wise. And we're going to roll into any great initiatives you have going on.
I'm a double major with math and biology. I do plan to go to medical school. Well, I've always said I plan to go to medical school, but as of lately, I've been thinking of going to optometry school instead, because when I think about my community, we don't really have as much optometry places for people to go. There's not a lot of eye doctors. Like, there are some in Walmarts, but I don't think people really want to go to Walmart to go to find a eye doctor. So I've been thinking of doing that instead, but I'm still thinking, I don't know. But my whole goal is to become a doctor, to give back to my community, and that's really all I'm about.
And that's so important because we need doctors that look like us, first of all.
Right.
We need that across the board. And it just makes you feel comfortable. I know that that's one of the things for me when I go to the doctor. I'm like, when I see someone that look like me, it's like a sigh of relief that I'm like, okay, they're going to understand, or they're not going to think I'm exaggerating, or just whatever it might be. And one of our guests said she missed my name. My name is Dominique Hamilton. I'm the founder and creator of Black Girl Magic Museum. But as I was saying, I think that's amazing, and we love to support our queens, and Dr. Tuesday especially. She will find everything for you. She is such a great resource to all the students. I know I'm not even a student, and I'm not even an AKA, and she has supported me and my journey so much. So when you guys were talking about sisterhood, I just have to say that when Dr. Tuesday met me, we had a pop-up in Shreveport, Louisiana. And from the day she met me up until today, she has supported this whole journey of mine. She has supported our expansion, building, and that's truly, without any labels or tags attached, that is what sisterhood is. Not knowing someone and coming in and taking them in and just uplifting them. So she, even though she doesn't have a crown on, she is a girl with a crown also. Yes.
Yeah, it's really here. Beautiful as Miss Asuno, but it's here. We're talking about real soon how your crown is really your attitude. How you treat others and how you address situations. And so, as African American women, it's going to be important for us to kind of bond together and really work and build on how we respond to the world, because we go through a lot. We are very, very busy. Thank you, Dominique, for that. And the first thing that I wanted to do was to make sure that I brought all of the sisterhood to Black Girl Magic Museum. And so I was excited to introduce you to all the presidents in my local area of Zeta Phi Beta and Delta Sigma Theta. Did we hit them all? I forgot all of them came in to meet Dominique. SG Row, we met SG Row. So we've touched everybody, and it's not just about only those organizations, but it's just about sisterhood in general. We're all here for one another. And so that's how you support. And that's what I love about Black Girl Magic Museum. It brings that support. I'm Dr. Tuesday Mahoney. I'm the founder of HBCU Fan-Addict. And of course, I have a great information and resources to help students get ready for college. We're in New Orleans right now. We're getting ready, right? Right, Miss? Yes, you know what I'm talking about. She can relate. Louisiana, you can relate. Shout out to Louisiana. Shout outs to Suno. And so we have this awesome material that's available for you. HBCU Fan-Addict. Go become a fan. Miss Suno, can you please share with us any other additional initiatives? I know you were gripping your pearls a minute ago. Do you have any hobbies or anything unique that you'd like to share with the world tonight? Because we want to support.
Not really. I just sing a little. I sing at church.
Oh.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's it. And everybody's like, oh, you sound so good to be so shy. I don't like it. I just don't like singing.
You have a voice that should be heard.
I have to say, Capture Courtney, we need her on this live every Thursday. Every Thursday, Capture Courtney said, chop that stuff, now roll with it. So she knew exactly what you were talking about. So we love our Black Girl Magic supporters. But Jessica, singing, that I sing in the shower. I wish I could sing. So that is a beautiful gift. Do you have any? I know a lot of the queens we've been interviewing, yes, I was going to ask Jessica to sing. I didn't want to put her on the spot. Now, one of the.
No, we just asked her to sing now.
Are you going to sing for us? She said, don't put her on the spot.
Lift every voice and sing.
But.
Okay. Just a quick no. We've got to hear this voice. The voice is where the blessing is.
This is a church voice. This is a coaching voice at that. We got to hear something.
Okay. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven rings with the hum of Let all rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Should I keep going?
Yes, ma'am. They said let them use you. Listen, you're showing out on this live. You are showing out. Thank you. That is such a blessing. We really are, the Bible says, we got to lift up, make a joyful noise unto the Lord. And that's what you're doing right now. And that was just so amazing. We appreciate you for that. So is there anything that you want to leave with us? Like how can we support you? The people in the live support you. We heard about, needing funds for the fall semester. How can people in the community even get involved for our college students? I hear HBCU everywhere around us. So my question is, how can we pour more funds into the community? And because I'm seeing 50 million donated, 100 million, all these millions donated, and just people in the community, how can we go about making sure that our future has the resources they need to be great?
I feel like you can donate to SUNO by going to our website, but also to make a change, not just for SUNO, but all HBCUs. It's like we need someone who has a voice to be bold enough to go to the legislators. Like, we have to talk to them. It's more than just us, and it's more than just the students vocalizing it. It goes past our chancellors. It goes up to the state. Like, we need state support. It's not a problem for the state to donate money to LSU. Why can't we support the HBCUs that we have in Louisiana as well? So I feel like there's legislators that we need to talk to, or have someone that can represent us in the Senate. That's all. That's all we need. That's really what I think that can happen to support us.
All right. Well, yes, we do. Queen Jessica, once again, representing Southern University, New Orleans, in New Orleans, Louisiana. I did put the website, which is suno.edu, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
In chat for those who want to find out more about the awesome academics at Southern University, New Orleans. Of course, you can obtain a bachelor's degree there, master's degree as well. And so we're, I don't know, do we have a doctoral program there? Do you know?
No, ma'am.
Okay, but you definitely, and right there in that amazing city, New Orleans, in the Crescent City, we all know Mardi Gras goes down hard there. We know New Orleans is Bayou Classic goes down hard there. So it's an amazing place to study, a wonderful and phenomenal place to live. And we're so excited to see Miss Queen Jessica, actually, who is a native of New Orleans, who's going to go back to the Ninth Ward and open up her medical center one day, right?
And we'll be there to support, because that's what we have to do as Black women. We may have to make sure we're supporting our future leaders, our girls on campuses with the HBCU. Even when you leave your HBCU, if you're going back to the Ninth Ward and building medical centers or whatever, we need the support of our community to make that happen, because that's how we're going to make change. And I want to do a shameless plug. I see one of the ladies from the Crown Act on there on the live right now. And also with that, Jessica, make sure, I don't know if you're familiar with the Crown Act, but making sure that people are signing the bill in Louisiana to make sure that we're not judged or discriminated against when it comes to our hair. So I don't know if you have any initiatives right now on Southern University's campus at New Orleans, but that is a great initiative that we definitely can stand by.
Yes, I definitely want to shout out to that Crown Act. You know, I have the Millie book, Millie Loves Her Hair, which shows, which explains the Crown Act to our elementary level kids. So maybe the queens, the Southern University queens, can get together and we can push the Crown Act on all 5 campuses. So we'll definitely get that together, because we are, definitely excited about having the opportunity to wear our hair any way that we elect to do so in the workplace and in school. So once again, this has been an amazing experience with Queen Jessica Thomas, who is the reigning Queen of Southern University, New Orleans, and we were excited to have you. Once again, you look absolutely gorgeous. Can you please shout out, tell us how we can reach you, number one, if you want Queen Jessica to sing for you. That's is her gift, her talent, her calling, whether she like it or not. You have an anointed voice and you've got to sing, because you brought me to tears almost, like literally I was about to, pass out on this live. That was so beautiful. But can you share how we can reach you? And then let's do a little shout out. Let's support your team, your SGA, your Royal Court, your advisor.
You can reach me. You can actually just add me on Instagram. But you can also, I can put my email on there as well. I think I can add that. That way you can.
Yeah. What's your Instagram tag or name?
Just.25. I can actually put it.
Okay. All right. So shout out to your crew.
Shout out to my SGA president, Amber Fouché. Shout out to my vice president, Ronnie Dyer. We have our senior class senator, Elton Harris. He's on there. We have our junior class president, Ajalyn Davis. She's on there as well. And we also have our business manager, Brianna. She's on here as well. And also my Miss Sophomore was here, Brianna. So thank you guys for supporting. And if you want to follow our pages, you can go to SUNO SGA, or you can go to Southern University at New Orleans, and you can just put it into the search engine.
Thank you so much, Jessica. It was such a great experience to have you on here, and I believe everyone enjoyed it. We had so many comments and responses. Dr. Tuesday, do you want to leave us with anything?
Yes, actually, thank you so much once again to the Southern University System. You are our first SU Queen, and we appreciate you taking the time to share that blue and gold and all about the SU Nation with us. You may be our only queen this particular season, and so I'm so excited to have had you tonight. Black Girl Magic Museum and HBCU Fan-Addict, we may be hitting the road. The weather is treacherous right now, but we're up this upcoming Saturday, the largest African-American Day Parade here in Shreveport, Louisiana, hosted by our former representative, Barbara Norton. I am being recognized as the Trailblazer of the Year award or something of that nature. I don't know, but we'll be at the front of the parade waving and, getting all of our smiles together. And we'll have some young people behind us, some wonderful teens behind us, as we talk about and empower young people with the It's My Melanin March. So check us out Saturday if you're in Shreveport, Louisiana. Come out to the parade. It starts, I believe, at about 10 o'clock and goes on to 1. There's 200 exhibits in the parade, so you don't want to miss Black Girl Magic's exhibit along with Dr. Tuesday Mahoney. So thank you, Dominique, and we will see everybody next Thursday. Hey, what's up with our next queen?
Yes, we are.
What are we gonna do?
What you say?
We're gonna keep them in suspense.
Yes, we're gonna keep them in suspense. So you guys have to wait to see our next queen. Thank you so much, Jessica. We really enjoyed you, and thank you so much for everyone who attended the live. Bye.
All right. Bye, SU. Bye, Queen Jessica. We appreciate you.
Thank you for